Good morning, boys and girls. Look where I am today. Does it look familiar? Back in school today. It is Tuesday, the 19th of January 2021. Let's get started. And of course, we begin with our week 2 spellings again, this time writing them into the Tuesday column, as we know. Let's read through them quickly, just to make sure that we know them all. Give, glad, grams, goes, gone, game, gate, goodbye, jogging, going into our double G sound now here, our digraph, just makes a G sound like the other G's, jogging, luggage, dragging, and giggle. And on our Sounds in Focus page, we are now on part 5, isn't it? Part 5. And it says, unjumble the letters to make list words that begin with GL or GR. So, you'll know then that each of your words, you're going to start with a G, all of them, and then it's going to be GL or GR. I'm not going to help you with those because I know right away what that is, and I'm sure by looking at the list words, you will be able to find those words with very little difficulty. Question 6 then asks you to write list words, so words from your list, that are synonyms for these words. Now, synonyms, do you know what a synonym is? Can you remember? A synonym is a word that means the same as something else. So, for example, the words happy, joyful, pleased, they would all be synonyms of each other. So you have to try and find a word that means the same as offer. One that means the same as chuckle, combined, farewell, entrance, and collect. Now let's look at the first one here, offer, to offer something. And then let's look at our list words. Oh, look, the very first one, give. So give means the same as offer. You could offer someone a cup of tea, you could give someone a cup of tea. So they both mean almost the same thing. So your first answer would be give. Then your second answer would be, oh, come on, P4, I'm not going to tell you them all. I want you to try and find a word that means to chuckle. And then find synonyms for the other words as well. Question 7 then says to finish the sentences with list words that have G as the third sound, as in jogging, J, O, G. We collected our something after the flight. So the first thing you need to do is look through the words, the list words, and find one that makes sense. I'd say some of you have spotted it already. Then make sure that the list word that you have chosen has G as its third sound. Now remember we looked at sounds in part 3, so sound out the word that you've chosen and make sure that G is the third sound that you hear. And fill in the other sentences with a list word as well, making sure that the third sound is G. And let's just read through the other sentences, but I'll not actually tell you the answers, obviously, but we'll read through the words. So the second one there is, my friend and I play something in our garden. When someone tickles me, it makes me something. Oh, I know that one already. I bet you do too. If I something, the answers, I will have to guess them. So try your best to fill in those spaces. Moving on to literacy then, and today, Tuesday, we have one more day of working on instructions. And this time it's all on how to make a pizza. So you could even follow these after you're finished doing this and make your own pizza. So they're all muddled up, the instructions. I'm going to read through them, and what I want you to do is to cut them out and stick them in order on a page or on any little book that you have so that we have all of the instructions in order. Now, We can see right away that this has to be the first one. This is the title, How to Make a Pizza. Now I'm going to read through all the instructions for you in their mixed up order, and then it will be your job to sort them out and stick them in the correct order. So let's read through them. Put on your apron. Well, that's going to be near the start of the instructions, isn't it? Anyway, getting your apron on. Spread tomato sauce on top. Wash your hands. Place in the oven to cook. Put your toppings on. Also then we have roll out the dough into a round shape. Then we had the title, which we know is the first thing, How to Make a Pizza. The next one says, when ready, cut into slices and eat. Next one says, grate the cheese and sprinkle on top. And the last one there says, make the dough. So cut these out and move them around so that they're in the correct order and that they make sense. Moving on to Tuesday's work then for maths, and we are looking at money. Now, you'll see some coins there, and you're being asked to count the coins. As well as doing this, if you could try, if somebody at home could maybe give you some coins to play about with and to count with, that would be really, really helpful as well. It's okay to do this page, but really, the more practice you get with real money, the better. So if anybody has maybe a money box at home and they'd let you borrow the coins to count with and maybe set out different amounts for you to count, that would be most helpful to you. Let's look at today's questions. So you'll see there is a ring and you have to pay a certain amount of money for the ring. So you have to count the coins. Now these are pound coins, remember? These are worth 100 pennies. So you've got £2 coins. You've got here a 20, a 10 and a 2. And you have to work out the total. Now, I don't mind if you write these answers out on a separate piece of paper or if you want to put them here along the side. It's the answer I'm interested in, okay? Now, when you're writing an amount of money, let's say it was £2.28. Now, that isn't the answer for the first question. It's just an amount I've made up. You do your pound sign like this, and it might take a bit of practice to do that, okay? So you go down, around, a little loop and a line through. Down and around, a little loop and a line through. So you could practice those little pound signs, and then when you're writing an amount of money, forgot what I've said now, let's say £2.47. You do 2 for the pounds, then a dot, and then the pence comes after the dot, 47. Now, sometimes when people are writing an amount like that, they put p at the end because they're thinking £2.47. But no, we do not do that, okay? We do not do that. We just put the pound sign. Another way we could write it is 247p, but we wouldn't really do that. We'd use pounds more than pence, so 247p. You could write it like that, but this is the way I would expect you to write your answers, £2.47p, for example. So I want you to look at each amount for A, B, C and D and write down in pounds and pence how much money there is. For question 2, you'll see that there are pictures of 2 children, Bob and Sally, and they each have an amount of money, and you have to work out by counting the money who has more. Is it Sally or is it Bob? Question 3 asks you to lay out coins to buy each item and to list the coins. Now, if we were in school, we would take out all the plastic money coins and we would be able to make these different amounts. However, because we're at home, that may not be possible. If you have coins at home and you can make these amounts, brilliant. Please do lay out the coins and show someone at home, and even take a picture if you can. If you can't, then draw the coins to make the amounts of money. So this first one costs £2.35. So let's draw the coins if we don't have real coins at home. So for example, you could draw your £2 coins, your 20p, your 10p, and your 5p. Or you might want to do a big £2 coin instead of these two. You might want to do that big one. You know, the one that is two different colours, and then it has a circle in the middle, and you would just scroll in there, £2, like that. Now, sometimes when people are setting out an amount like 235, they can make a wee mistake and not even realise it. Like this, they draw a £2 coin, they draw 30p and 5p. Can you see what the problem is there? Is there any such thing as a 30p coin? No, so you would need to do a 20 and a 10 for that. So be careful that if you're drawing coins, that the coins you draw are actual coins. So boys and girls, I know that's a lot to take in. If you have any time, continue to practice your 3 times tables, whether saying them aloud at home or going on to hit the button. And also I sent you some information yesterday about accelerated reading, so you can get going on that as well. Just whatever you get time to do, boys and girls. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.